Hey, what's going on everybody? Hope you're having a good day as always. Today I want to follow up on a video that I made last month where I talked about paying an extra $8,000 on my mortgage loan in an effort to try to do two things. Number one, obviously pay it off faster, but also show you how paying off debt early is almost the same, if not better, than building passive income. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Now before I get started, I do want to say this. I'm not saying that passive income in the traditional way of investing or acquiring assets that pay you on a monthly basis is not better than paying off debt. What I'm saying is I think too many people focus on the investing side of being wealthy rather than focusing on the paying off the debts that you already have. And this is going to be true in most scenarios, but especially true when it comes to certain debts, things that come with much higher interest rate, things like credit cards, personal loans, what have you. Now, in my situation, it's just a mortgage. Now, the mortgage isn't at a very low rate, but it's also not at a very high rate. It's about 5% right now. But regardless, that's 5% on a mortgage, which is much, much higher than any amount I can invest right now. So to me, it makes more sense to pay off this debt early. And so that's what I did in the last episode where I paid $8,000 extra. And I want to show you guys what difference it made for me. So if you look at these last two payments that I made on my mortgage, you can see on the first one where I made my payment before that $8,000 of principal only payment was applied, and the next picture is a snapshot of what it looks like after the $8,000 is applied. Now this may not seem like a big difference, but I want you to pay attention to one thing, and that is the interest paid portion of the mortgage payment, right? The difference between the first payment and the second payment is $34 a month. Now, you may start thinking like that's not that big of a difference, especially when you're looking at the big picture. But let me ask you this. How many things do you have that's paying you a passive $34 a month? Because even though I didn't invest anything, that's pretty much what just happened. I'm being paid an extra $34 a month, and I don't have to apply that towards interest every month. Now again, that may not seem like a huge deal to a lot of you guys watching, but let me mention one last thing about this. Okay, this is me applying a very large amount towards a loan that admittedly will take me a very long time to pay off. But if you were to do this on something that has a very high interest rate, like the credit card, like the personal loans, things of that nature, you are going to notice a much, much bigger impact, right? Because let's face it, if I were to apply $8,000 on a $16,000 credit card limit, right, I'm immediately paying off half of my debt, and the interest rates that they're charging me are much higher, so therefore the amount of interest I save on a monthly basis is going to be much higher. So I don't fully expect anyone to say, hey, here's $8,000 to my car loan or personal loan or whatever, but I want you guys to focus on paying this stuff off early, much more than you're worried about finding the best money market rate or a CD rate or investing, because I think this stuff is much, much more important. Be debt-free before you start going really, really deep into investing. Another thing that makes it much better, in my opinion, is that it is consistent, right? You don't have to worry about what the market's going to do this month. I may have a really, really good, let's say June, but if I have a terrible July, then that eats away at any earnings that I made. On the other hand, I don't have to worry about what the market is doing, right? And when it comes to paying off your debt early, it's just math, right? You know that you paid this much extra, your interest is based off your total loan amount, and if you keep reducing that by a large amount every single month, well then your total interest that you pay each month is going to go down by an exact amount. It's really, really simple. Now, the last thing I'm going to say on this point, weighing out paying off debt early versus investing, is if you look at taxes, okay? If I were to invest an extra $8,000 into my Wealthfront account, and let's say I had a pretty good year and saw some noticeable returns, well that's great, but that doesn't mean anything until I actually take the money out of the account. And if that's not going to be for 40 years, then it doesn't amount to a whole lot right now. Not only that, at the end of the year when I have to pay taxes, I have to pay taxes on the capital gains that I made through investing. On the other hand, I see an immediate benefit by paying extra on my loan each month in the way of not having to pay as much interest, but I also don't have to pay taxes on that saved money. So I get an immediate benefit and I don't have to pay any extra taxes. So to me, it really just is the much more logical thing to do for me. Right? I'm not saying you guys have to do it, but I wanted to share my experience, and it's something I'm excited to do going forward. And in fact, the very next video I'm going to make is I want to do a recap of my finances for the month of June. And I just made my second extra payment on my mortgage, and so I'm going to include how much extra I paid last month. So I hope you guys stay tuned for the next video. But all in all, guys, that's what I want to talk about today. If you've got any debt that you're trying to pay off early, definitely let us know what strategies you're utilizing to get that done. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. If you happen to feel like supporting the channel directly, there's a few things that you can do. In the description section, I've got an Amazon and a Patreon link, and so any direct support is very much appreciated. But I've also got a few refer a friend and affiliate links in the description for companies that I use and or promote that I know will help save money for a lot of you guys out there, and that is another way of supporting the channel. But all in all, thank you so much for watching again. Make smart financial decisions, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, I know I just said this stuff, but let me say it again. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate all the support that you guys give me, and to support you, here's 2 more videos that I've made in the past in case you haven't seen them. Don't forget to share these with your friends and family so we can help all the people achieve their financial goals. Likewise, if there's anything that you would want to see made that you haven't seen thus far, definitely don't hesitate to let me know. But thanks again, take care, and have a good day.